the Tlingit people have a name for what we now call Glacier Bay. Sit Idigayi, the bay in place of the glacier. For thousands of years, their ancestors inhabited this sacred land until the ice advanced dramatically around 1750, burying their villages under a wall of frozen water that would not retreat for generations. According to Tlingit oral tradition, their people watched in awe and terror as the glacier crept forward at the astonishing rate of miles per year, forcing them to flee their ancestral homes. When the ice finally began its retreat in the late 18th century, it revealed a transformed landscape, a bay where none had existed before, carved by the relentless power of ice. The first written account of this remarkable transformation comes from Captain George Vancouver, who sailed these waters in 1794 and encountered a single massive glacier filling the entire bay, its face towering 4,000 feet above the water and extending 20 miles wide. When naturalist John Muir arrived 85 years later, he found the ice had retreated nearly 50 miles, revealing a fjord system of breathtaking beauty. Muir, who would become Glacier Bay's most passionate advocate, wrote, "I am heartbroken and awestruck by the magnificent, terrible, sublime power of the ice." His writings would eventually help establish the area as a national monument in 1925 and later as Glacier Bay National Park and Preserve in 1980. The geological story of Glacier Bay is one of dramatic change compressed into an astonishingly short time frame. What makes this place unique is not just its beauty but its dynamism. Here we can witness processes that elsewhere take millennia, unfolding before our eyes in mere decades. The bay itself is essentially a massive depression carved by the repeated advance and retreat of the Grand Pacific Glacier over the past 7,000 years. The most recent retreat, which began in the mid-18th century, has been exceptionally rapid, exposing new land at a rate of approximately half a mile per year. This rapid retreat has created a natural laboratory where scientists can study primary succession, the process by which life colonizes newly exposed terrain. The cultural significance of Glacier Bay extends beyond its geological wonders. For the Tlingit people, this landscape is imbued with spiritual meaning and ancestral memory. They view themselves as part of an intricate web of relationships between humans, animals, plants, and spirits. Every mountain, glacier, and waterway carries a story and a purpose within their worldview. When the park was established, it included provisions that allowed the Tlingit to continue traditional practices such as gathering subsistence resources and performing sacred ceremonies. This recognition of indigenous rights and connections to the land represents an important step toward reconciliation and a more inclusive understanding of conservation that honors both ecological integrity and cultural continuity. Today, visitors to Glacier Bay can witness this remarkable convergence of natural and cultural history. The park encompasses 3.3 million acres of mountains, glaciers, temperate rainforest, and coastline, a living testament to the power of ice and the resilience of life. As you sail through the bay's turquoise waters, surrounded by peaks that rise dramatically from the shoreline to heights exceeding 15,000 feet, you are traveling through a landscape that has existed in its current form for less than 250 years, a mere moment in geological time, but an eternity for human memory and cultural connection. The wildlife of Glacier Bay is as diverse and dynamic as the landscape itself. The bay serves as a critical feeding ground for humpback whales who migrate here each summer to feast on abundant krill and small fish before heading to warmer waters to breed. These magnificent creatures, which can reach lengths of 50 feet and weigh up to 40 tons, were once hunted to near extinction but have made a remarkable recovery since commercial whaling ended. Today, visitors regularly witness spectacular displays of breaching, tail slapping, and bubble net feeding, a cooperative hunting technique unique to Alaska's humpback population, where groups of whales circle schools of fish while blowing bubbles to trap them at the surface. The nutrient-rich waters of the bay also support harbor seals, sea lions, sea otters, and occasionally pods of orcas. Sea otters in particular represent a remarkable conservation success story. Hunted to extinction in the region for their luxurious pelts, They were reintroduced to Glacier Bay in the 1990s and have since established a thriving population. As keystone species, they play a crucial role in maintaining the health of kelp forest ecosystems by preying on sea urchins that would otherwise decimate these underwater forests. Watching a mother otter float on her back with her pup resting on her stomach, occasionally wrapping the baby in kelp to keep it from drifting while she dives for food, offers an intimate glimpse into the family lives of these charismatic marine mammals. On land, Glacier Bay hosts a population of both brown, grizzly, and black bears, along with wolves, moose, mountain goats, and coyotes. The bears are particularly active along the coastline, where they dig for clams at low tide and feast on salmon during summer spawning runs. The park's isolated mountains provide ideal habitat for mountain goats, whose specialized hooves allow them to navigate steep cliffs with astonishing agility. These sure-footed herbivores come down to the cliffs near glaciers to lick mineral-rich rocks, supplementing their diet with essential nutrients not available in the vegetation they primarily consume. The bird life in Glacier Bay is equally impressive. South Marble Island serves as a bustling apartment complex for seabirds, with tufted puffins, common murres, pigeon guillemots, and black-legged kittiwakes nesting on its cliff faces. The tufted puffins, with their bright orange beaks and distinctive golden head plumes, are particular favorites among visitors. These clowns of the sea launch themselves from cliffs with frantic wing beats before diving beneath the surface in search of fish. The park also provides critical habitat for bald eagles, peregrine falcons, and a variety of songbirds that inhabit the temperate rainforest covering the lower elevations. The vegetation of Glacier Bay tells a story of ecological succession in fast forward. As glaciers retreat, they expose barren rock and glacial till, soil composed of clay, silt, sand, and gravel deposited by the ice. The first colonizers are typically nitrogen-fixing plants, such as dryas and alders, which help build soil and create conditions for other species to follow. Within decades, willows and cottonwoods begin to appear, followed eventually by Sitka spruce and western hemlock, which form the climax community of the temperate rainforest. In some parts of the Upper Bay, you can walk through a meadow of fireweed and wildflowers that was buried under ice just a century ago, a living demonstration of nature's remarkable capacity for renewal and adaptation. The climate of Glacier Bay is as dynamic as its landscape. The park experiences a maritime climate characterized by cool summers, mild winters, and abundant precipitation, up to 150 inches annually in some areas. This moisture supports lush temperate rainforests and contributes to the accumulation of snow in the mountains, which eventually compacts into ice and feeds the advancing glaciers. The bay itself moderates temperature extremes, creating a relatively stable climate that supports a diversity of life despite the high latitude. However, climate change is now altering these patterns, with warmer temperatures leading to accelerated glacial retreat and changing conditions for the species that depend on this fragile ecosystem. For those who visit Glacier Bay, the experience can be transformative. Standing before a tidewater glacier as it calves, sending massive chunks of ice crashing into the water with a thunderous roar that echoes across the bay, offers a humbling perspective on human scale and significance. Watching a humpback whale breach against a backdrop of glacier-carved mountains awakens a sense of wonder and connection to the natural world. Walking through a forest that didn't exist a century ago reminds us of nature's resilience and adaptability in the face of change. Glacier Bay serves as both a sanctuary and a classroom, a place where we can witness the raw power of natural forces and the intricate interconnectedness of living systems. It challenges us to consider our relationship to the natural world and our responsibility to protect these remarkable places for future generations. As John Muir wrote during his first visit to the bay, "To the lover of wilderness, Alaska is one of the finest countries in the world." More than a century later, his words still ring true. Glacier Bay remains a place of profound beauty and ecological significance, a living testament to the power of ice and the resilience of life in one of Earth's most spectacular landscapes.